Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many a Truder. Welcome back to Fallout 4 for something a bit different. Because you see, about a week back, I started doing a little bit of light research into some of the movement mechanics in modern Fallout games. Just out of interest, you understand, and let's just say I ended up pretty deep down that rabbit hole, so welcome to my attempt to build the fastest man in Boston. Okay, let's go over some basics here. There are basically 3 speeds that you can utilise in Fallout 4. Speed number 1, when you're sneaking. Speed number 2, when you're just running around. And speed number 3, when you're sprinting. The last one, of course, is the fastest, but you have to trade action points in order to do it. And these speeds are basically pretty much fixed. What I mean by that is, it doesn't really matter how you build your character, you're going to be running at pretty much the same speed regardless. An Agility 1 character runs at the same speed as an Agility 10 character. And that's always been the case in modern Fallout, even in New Vegas. Now many people get this wrong because there is actually a loading screen hint in New Vegas that says agility affects movement speed. So clearly Obsidian were thinking about it. And agility in New Vegas does impact reload speed, draw speed, a whole bunch of other stuff too. But in the final game it doesn't impact movement speeds. The same is also true in old Fallout, actually. Though, I guess you're supposed to assume that given Agility 1 characters have 5 action points, and Agility 10 characters have 10 action points, and those translate directly into how much you can move in combat, that an Agility 10 character moves twice as fast as an Agility 1 character, but like many things in isometric CRPGs, you kind of have to use your imagination for that. That's not to say your spatial distribution is irrelevant, though. Agility impacts how many action points you've got, and that's the currency you spend in order to sprint. Endurance, meanwhile, impacts how many action points are being spent per second to continue sprinting. There's a perk or two that impacts sprinting costs as well, but once again, there's no way in the perk menu to change how fast you're running, simply how long you can sprint at the same speed everyone else is sprinting. Fortunately, however, there is a bit more to it than that, otherwise this would be a rather short video indeed. How do you boost your movement speed then? So, say hello to the Sprinter's Microcarbon Synth Left Leg. Basically, put this on, your movement speed goes up by 10%. Put one on each leg, 20%. They do stack properly, which is very nice indeed. But what's even nicer is, even though I found this one in the wild, you don't need to go legendary grinding. The game just gives you access to everything you need to be ludicrously fast without needing to rely on the luck of the legendary draw. Debs and Bunker Hill always sells the Black Ops right shin guard, basically a piece of sprinter's gear for your right leg. And just around the corner in Good Neighbour, this time for your left. Buy those and you've got yourself a set of sprinter's gear. Also, for no good reason, there's a second sprinter's right leg in Vault 81. I don't know why the game decided there needs to be 2 guaranteed spawns of sprinter's right leg, but there are. So, there we go, as I say, full set. But John, I hear you cry, that's not a full set. A full set would be 5 bits of armour. Well. Something a bit odd about legendary gear, or rather, not odd, the opposite. Something that actually makes a fair whack of sense. Certain legendary effects only spawn on certain bits of gear. Say for example, if a weapon's legendary effect does something while you're aiming down a sight, then it's only going to spawn on weapons that can have sights, i.e. melee weapons would be excluded. Unfortunately, the same thing applies to sprinters, and the only ones you can buy in shops around Boston are on the legs too. Or rather, that's how it used to be. Then the DLC came along and things started getting a bit weird. Because over in Far Harbor, Bethesda decided actually, this whole you use your legs to sprint thing, that was a bit restrictive actually, and System I in the Nucleus will sell you a rather special bit of gear. Say hello to the Recon Marine Right Arm. This thing costs a bloody fortune, most people will be spending about 20,000 caps to get hold of it, but, it's sprinters. Despite the fact it is, as you can see up in the top there, an arm, which feels so wrong and yet so right. And then things started getting even weirder, because both Far Harbor and Nuka World contain a hat that has got the Sprinters modification on it, which is, as I say, strange in 2 ways. One, because hats and helmets aren't supposed to have legendary enchantments at all. They never spawn, the only tiny handful in the game are those that Bethesda chose to put in for rewards or shops, etc. And 2, as I say, it makes you faster despite the fact you're wearing it on your head. But screw it, I'm not gonna say no. You've got Oswald's top hat, over in Nuka World, or alternatively, the captain's hat in Far Harbor. Oswald's top hat is much easier to get hold of though, so that's the one I've got for today. So, let's just enjoy one final moment of just, bumbling around at what is about to start looking like incredibly slow speeds. Because right now I'm not wearing any of this armor, and now I'm wearing all of it. So I've gone up from default run speed to 140% of the normal speed a character would run. Now I know what you're thinking, John, this doesn't look that fast. Yes, that's because I'm not sprinting right now. I'm running. So now I'm going to start sprinting and the speed gets slightly dumb. This is the default fastest speed you can get to using legendary gear. So yes, I'm currently traveling 40% faster than you're supposed to be able to travel. Now that's nice, but at this speed you start to notice some rather odd little bugs in the game, and seriously, I just love how bloody fast you can go. So for example, the game doesn't actually calculate or apply speed correctly. It's actually kind of broken depending on the camera perspective, and I'd never noticed this before until I'd stacked all these items, so it became incredibly obvious. So right now, I'm in first person, in, yes, my crouchy mode, because these items don't affect sprint speed, despite being called sprinters. I know, it's weird. It affects every single type of movement. But if we come out first person, go over to third, it's all of a sudden I'm going what looks like mysteriously slower. Just look how fast I'm going over each of these, paving stones. Go into first person. And the acceleration is incredibly obvious, and I've tried this in several files. I have been able to replicate it. The game doesn't correctly apply speed in the third person camera. Some of the time, anyway, it's weirdly inconsistent. Now, the same is not true when you're running. You can see here that yes, running normally appears to be applied correctly. Then we go into sprint mode. You may notice something straight away, which is, it does rather appear sprinting is the same speed as running. Yeah, that's not supposed to be the case. It's only happening because, once again, speed is not being applied in third-person mode. If we come out of third-person mode, then yes, indeed, you can see all of a sudden it's just wrong. Hooray, I've discovered a new bug in Fallout 4. So, this is delightful, but going back to something I was speaking about just a second ago, crouching, because crouching is also much faster, but what you're seeing right now is not 40% faster than crouching should be, 10% per piece of sprinter's gear. Because I've also applied sleek to both of these bits of armor. So as it's on both legs, that should be 50% faster than it should be. Now, that's fine, but it's still going to be nowhere near sprinting. This is not relevant to the fastest person in Boston. Or is it? Because it's not just armor that impacts movement speed. Under certain scenarios, weapons can help too. So, here we go. Nimble. 75% faster movement while aiming, which is pretty bloody huge actually. So, what I've got set right now is all the gear that you've previously seen, together with sleek on both the legs, once again, and I'm holding a nimble rifle. So, I'm going pretty fast right now, though bear in mind I'm losing a tiny bit of speed because I've got a weapon out. But if I aim down the scope, then broadly, my speed stays, not much lower than it was before. So, okay, but I'm not gaining any speed here. However, interesting fact about crouching. Putting the nimble rifle away for a second, when you're crouching, aiming barely slows you down. In fact, I'm not sure it actually slows you down at all. So, I put these facts together, and I came up with something truly glorious. Say hello to the fastest crouching movement that is possible in the game. So, 40% movement boost of your beautiful, beautiful sprinter's gear. Another 10% of the sleek gear on the legs. Then I am crouching and aiming and holding a weapon. All that slows me down, but I'm gaining 75% back of nimble. So if you just consider how fast these buildings are passing me by right now. Oh yeah, this is slightly dumb. The level of ice skating we are doing right now is ridiculous. So, okay, let's do a quick time trial here, because I want to see what the result of this is. Alright, let's just put me crouching against a normal character who is running. We'll time trial it by crossing the bridge in Sanctuary Hills. So, okay, let's do this. Over on the left, of course, we have got me down on my knees, just trying to cross the bridge as fast as you flippin' like. And on the right, of course, we have got somebody who, as it turns out, is not crouching, but does not have the benefit of all this beautiful gear, and oh my, that's just a beautiful result, I've got to say. But is this it? Is this the fastest person in Boston? No. Because there's one bit of the equation that a lot of people forget when they're thinking about movement speed. We were just showing off, yes, the beautiful, beautiful act of sneaking, but that's not the only alternative source of movement. I'm talking, of course, about swimming. Because swimming, we can boost further. If you head to the old Gullet Sinkhole close by to Malden, just drop down, you'll find Wasteland Survival Guide issue 7. And that gives you, oh yeah, permanently swim 25% faster. And that stacks on top of all the movement we've already got. So, basic speed, 10% per bit of sprinter's gear, 140, put another 25% on top. We should now be able to swim 165% faster than you normally can. And you can sprint in the water. So, if we just get into some open water here, yeah, you can see we've got a bit of a bloody fair clip going on here, just based on how fast the water and scenery is just whizzing by us. This is just slightly ridiculous. This is just me, together with 140% speed off armor, 25% off Wasteland Survival Guide number 7, and sprinting while underwater. And all of a sudden, we are just flying, basically. We are going at dumb levels of speed. And, oh, this is lovely. This is absolutely lovely, but, some factions just refuse to actually, give me missions that are set underwater. So, wouldn't it be lovely, just lovely, if we could be this speed, 165% of what we should be above water? And I'm here to tell you, folks, there's a way. Say hello to our good friend, Power Armor. Now, I know what you're thinking. John, Power Armor's not that fast. Power Armor's slow. And it is. It's actually 20% slower in pretty much everything it does. Day-to-day walking, creeping, 20%, and swimming it doesn't actually do. But sprinting, and I don't know why this is the same speed outside Power Armor as in it. Power Armor just catches up the moment you start sprinting. And then we start getting into the sexy world of mods. Say hello to a suit of power armor I made earlier. So. What I've done is I've slapped overdrive servos on both of these legs. Now, unlike legendary gear, which gives you just 10% movement speed, these guys give you 15. The reason being it comes with a cost, additional AP cost, but let's just say we don't need to worry about that. So, we'll get back to that in a second. Another mod that's got a bit of a cost on it, emergency protocols. So, yes indeed, if you are below 20% health, then at that point, speed goes up 25%, incoming damage reduced by 50%. Rather useful. So, put all that together, and I know what you're about to say, John, you lied to us. You told us you can get up to 165% on land, and you can't. That's blatantly 155%. I'm unsubscribing. No, hold off just a second, because I've got one final trick up my sleeve. Power armor's kinda weird, which is, if you take off, say, one of the arms, then all you've got is a naked power armor arm. But there's no power armor frame underneath the helmet. If you don't have a helmet on your power armor, you just take it off, then as a result of that, a couple of odd things happen. One, you don't have a flashlight anymore, because your Pip-Boy's covered up on your wrist, but you don't have a headlamp, so you just don't have a light in the dark. Fortunately, Fallout 4 never gets that dark, so it's not really relevant. But two, you've got an exposed head, meaning, as a result of that, you are allowed to have one legendary effect active while you're in power armor, as long as it's on a hat or helmet. With so few effects you can get on a helmet, this generally isn't that relevant. But, if I was to say blend together Oswald's hat with this, oh, we're up to 165%. But only if I can keep my health below 20%. Now, to make sure that happens, the safest, most reliable way to do it is to get myself nice and irradiated. Okay, we're definitely in the right ballpark because, yeah, you can just vaguely hear the heartbeat, which means I've dropped below 20%. And the bug persists because this is officially how fast I'm going in third person. But as soon as we go into first person, oh, the acceleration. So, alright, say hello to what I believe to be the fastest you can be in the entire game. I should now be travelling at 165% of the level you're supposed to be travelling at when you are sprinting, which is just, it's just a thing of absolute flipping joy, this is. Oh yes. Yes. But, now I am this fast. I feel like we need to, yes, prove ourselves. How fast are we really? Because what's the competition? At this point, I can outrun pretty much any melee enemy in the game, no trouble. But, what about man versus machine? What about the Brotherhood and their bloody vertebrates? Alright, and not just any vertebrates. No. You see, at the end of the first act of Fallout 4, you emerge onto the roof for one of my favourite set pieces in the entire franchise, which is the Prydwen arrives, flanked by vertebrates, boasting about how they're definitely not about to start shooting you, so don't worry about being shot, and then it begins its journey over the city down towards Boston Airport over here. But, I'm thinking, what if I was able to beat it there on foot? Okay, oh yeah. I'm going to try and chase the Prydwen on foot from Fort Hagen all across the Commonwealth. Because, by not coincidence, the route there is actually not that bad. Come out of Fort Hagen and then just follow the road down, past the, overpass right there, by Forest Grove Marsh, just go around the outside of that. That's the dam right there. Then you just, head straight up and around, rejoin the road, and then this road on the southern side of the river is actually pretty bloody clear. As long as I've taken out the raiders by Backstreet Apparel, nearby to, I think there's some round one of these bridges over here, handful of dogs, etc. By Old North Church, we simply abandon the power armor and then swim, and I can get to the airport. And I don't know whether this is possible, but I want to give it a go, damn it. So here we go. Old North Church is right round the corner over there. So this is the path I'm going to be following for the sake of easy navigation. So all we need to do, clear out a couple of raider camps between, yes, here and there, and we should be A-okay. Okay, I've walked the entire path from Old North Church to here, which, given I'm moving at this bloody speed, does not take long. And by the way, this does affect jumping too, because jumping is, massively affected by your speed. It's all about momentum. So when you're actually traveling at this speed, you can just jump the distance from there to here in a single bound, no trouble whatsoever. So yes, indeed, the path is clear, though various bits of it are going to represent problems. We'll get to that in a second. I just need to kill Kellogg first. But, I know what you're thinking. John, you can't just sprint all the way from here back into town. What about action points? Yes, if you're particularly eagle-eyed, you may have noticed that during large parts of this video, my AP hasn't been going down while I've been sprinting. Like, at all. I'm taking advantage of a not particularly well-known mechanic in this game, which is that sprinting is a function of two stats. I mentioned this at the beginning. Agility and endurance. Agility impacts how many AP you've got. You spend those on sprinting. Endurance impacts how many AP you spend per second sprinting. Now, that's lovely, and you kind of assume, by default, that agility was the most important one. No, it's really bloody weird actually, because the endurance calculation is a straight line. It's not a curve, meaning over a certain level of endurance, and the number is 21 endurance, at that point, sprinting is free. And if you're wondering how to get to 21, that's pretty bloody easy actually. So say, start off with 10 as your basic, 11 from Under Armour, something like the, what's it called? The green top, the army thing. There is one in the base game that gives endurance. Bobblehead up to 12. The Scav magazine from Nuka World, that is a nice easy 3, up to 15. And then if you don't have any other bonuses from, say, Legendary Gear or whatever, just keep popping drugs. Alright, just keep popping drugs, so Psycho Buff and Buff Tats will do you just fine. Because, yeah, drugs in this game are weird. So Buff Out plus Psycho leads to Psycho Buff, which is Endurance plus 3, and Buff Out plus Mentats leads to Endurance plus 3, together with Perception and Strength. So, you think you wouldn't be able to stack those, because you're getting the benefit of Buff Out twice, but no. All that matters is whichever drug comes first in the name. So, Psycho Buff is officially just a variant of Psycho, whereas Buff Tats, that's a variant of Buff Out. So, I can have both of them for Endurance plus 3, then Endurance plus 3 again for plus 6, really, really easily, and you can just make those from right at the start of the game. And just in case anybody gets in my way, yes, I've also taken some Pain Train, because I don't want to be stopping and shooting anybody stupid enough to stand in my way. I just need them to get the flip out of the way. So, I've taken Pain Train too, and indeed over there, rarely seen nuclear physicists, just so my fusion cores are basically not a problem. Alright, Kellogg's dead, and yes, just in case you didn't understand quite how fast we are right now, I'm just going to move while inside just to give you a good impression, because genuinely it looks like I'm kind of, you know, cheating when I'm moving at this speed. It's just ridiculous. But it's all absolutely fine. As long as I don't actually have to, you know, navigate any tight corridors, we'll be okay. But, we'll be going outside in just a second, alright? It's the moment. Right now, we're going up to the roof, and haven't tested this, by the way. The only testing I did was I tested how long it takes for a vertibird to travel between Sanctuary Hills and the Museum of Freedom in Concord once it's already airborne, i.e. discounting the amount of time it takes to take off and land. That was about 30 seconds. If you do it on foot, sprinting all the way, it takes about 50-55 seconds. Now, that would suggest to me that if I add 65% onto my speed, I am broadly the same speed as a vertibird. So, it's possible. It's just possible. I don't know. I've never tried to do this before. And, well, okay, I might have done in the past, but previously I wasn't bloody this fast. Alright, here we go. Right over to here, terminal, and open the door right now. And don't look, just go. We're going over to here. You see, that's what I wanted to not happen. And now we start sprinting. Okay, so there we go. There's people of the Commonwealth, etc., etc. Don't care. Follow the road as far as possible. Random events might just, you know, spawn in on the road while we're going. Who bloody knows? Doesn't matter. As long as it's not a cliff, we should be a-okay. This should be bringing me in the right direction. If something sees me, it kind of doesn't matter. So, I mean, I kind of want to, you know, turn around. But, I mean, we're almost back at the dam already, which is, I mean, no, I'm stuck on a log. Okay, just get over here. Do I dare give myself a look round in a second, because honestly this is going pretty bloody well. Oh, we're miles out of it! We're cocking miles out of it! We're destroying it right now! Oh, this is amazing. There's a different vertibird who's spawned in randomly, despite the fact he really kind of shouldn't have done yet. Okay, hang on. We're destroying them. Okay, stop. I need a new marker. I need to get to, yeah, here. Need to get to here. Oh, come on, guys, you're too bloody slow. Let's just get back over to the road, bypassing Chaos Junction. We're going to do it, because yes, now it's a lovely day. We've made it to the riverfront. So, I mean, now I'm curious. If I make it there... Okay, John, don't get cocky. You've got to, at some point, take the armor off. And, yeah, you need to do a bit of a loop round, whereas they're going straight as the crow flies. So, just straight through, over to here. And at some point they might accelerate. Someone's shooting at me, but I don't care. I suspect they can eat my cocking dust. So, okay, this is dumb. It feels like I'm driving a car rather than walking a character right now. This is just absolutely beautiful. So, okay. Just the same classic route we have walked many times before. I've taken out these raiders already. I'm seeing shadows. That might just be the clock moving an hour. I'm not sure. I'm not seeing anything overhead. I'm just kind of giving myself some little glances while we're going. Okay, just keep on keeping on. No, we're going this way, aren't we? Yes, yes, we are. Okay, just... Oh, no, that's the overpass. That's fine. At some point, we need to abandon this. Okay, stop. We're coming up on the corner. So, I need a new marker over here, just so I know I'm going in the right direction. Right now, no, sprint, 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 and here we go, 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 here we go. Just passed by all of this over the top, and no, come on. Come on, come on, come on. We're almost there. We're going to beat the Pridwin to the airport as soon as we get to this corner. Okay, dump the armor. Go, 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 go. Where's the Pridwin? Where's the cocky Pridwin? Are we doing okay? I don't know where the Pridwin is. Is it even still there? It might be behind a building. I'm not sure. Go, go, just go. At this point, I'm traveling just as fast again. But we've done it. Easy. It's not even been a race. I am so far the fastest man in Boston. I have just cocking destroyed the Pridwin's path to Boston Airport. This is just embarrassing. In fact, this is weird. Okay, the Brotherhood are here. And, I'm not supposed to be here, because... Where's the... Do we know where the Pridwin is? Have I...
You want Brotherhood, you're nothing.
So... The airport's here. And the Pridwin... The Pridwin... Oh, there it is! Hang on, no, it's still coming up. It's still coming up. It's still coming up. Okay, I beat it. Yeah. It is still there. It's just coming in right now. Let's just get, you know, nice and up high. And yes, the ability to get up to it doesn't exist right now. But it actually genuinely doesn't despawn or anything. And, okay, well, here's something I bet most of you never seen before. Actually getting to watch the Pridwin arriving. So, we've actually beaten the Pridwin to the airport. Wasn't really supposed to be here. I'm not actually a member of the Brotherhood still. I'm not sure I've actually done Dancer's Quest. But I know it was drifting a second ago. Is that the real Pridwin, by the way? Or is it going to be replaced by a different model in a second? Because, yeah, that's a Pridwin, alright. I mean, it looks like it's the real Pridwin. Now it's... Oh, hang on, it just... Oh! No! It has been replaced by a different Pridwin. And now there's two Pridwins. And the other one is... It's turning to merge. The two Pridwins are now turning to merge into each other. This is what happens when a mummy Pridwin and a daddy Pridwin love each other very much and want to make a vertibird. This is where all the vertibirds come from. And there we go. And the fake Pridwin is the one that provided the lights. And now... Well, I can't get up there yet. Well, maybe the, vertibird to get up there doesn't spawn in until such time as you're a member of the Brotherhood. But, well, we've done it. Oh, that's marvellous. That's absolutely cocking marvellous. So, I've always wondered what happens if you beat the Pridwin to the airport, because you can't fast travel. If you just teleport there with fast travel, then, yeah, it just despawns and respawns. You don't get to see that. But, okay. There's just two Pridwins. Then the original Pridwin does a turn, but there's a different one waiting for it. And the game clearly does not expect you to be able to actually get to here in time. Because, yeah, otherwise it wouldn't allow the merging to be seen. But, okay. There we go. That's a dumb experiment. That was all I wanted to do today. I was just curious whether you can outrun the Pridwin. The answer is not just yes, but ludicrously yes. Oh, this is the best day ever. So, you can outrun the Pridwin. I am the fastest man in Boston. I can outrun Brotherhood technology on foot, though, okay, technically, I did it with power armor, which was developed by the US Army, which became the Brotherhood. So, oh, plot twist. Okay, I was only able to beat the Brotherhood by using Brotherhood tools. So, okay, fair enough. There was a bit of a twist at the end there. But, this is marvellous. And on top of that, I've never seen anyone mention the bug. Movement speed bonuses appear to not be applied in third person. But they are in first, and I've never seen anybody mention this before. There you go. That's just a little extra bonus Fallout 4 video. I don't know why I made this. I just felt like it, okay? Don't you worry, by the way, this isn't replacing You Only Live Once. That's still coming up tomorrow. You just get a Fallout double bill this weekend, you lucky, lucky bastard. So, hopefully, you join me tomorrow for a bit more high-stakes Fallout 4, because tomorrow I make a bit of a mistake. So, okay, hopefully you join me for that. But in the meantime, I've been John. This has been many a true nerd. And this has been Fallout 4. I don't even know, but apparently there's two Predwins and they have a baby together. It's marvellous. Thank you very much, and goodbye. If we just hide the bodies, nobody needs to know about this. Yes! My stupid plan has worked! It turns out I'm a genius! The giant rat scorpion is not gone! Oh, hang on, there's more yet, though. I'm still being very shocked. Guys, where's the NCR? Nobody needs to know.